Hello, hello, lovely people. Remember me? It's been a while. Some probably don't, but hey. I've been gone a long time, but I've decided to come back and play. So, hello. We might get into why I've been gone so long a bit later. Dubious about that. We'll see. But what I'm going to do is make some page edge tabs. With these. These are from Dash of Dave, of whom those that have watched me before will know is a friend of mine, and also I do stuff for his design team, which is always fun. And these are on his Ko-fi for Halloween. There's two sets, one's called Rotten to the Core, one's called Till Death Do Us Part, and 2 pages of each, I believe. So I've kind of played with them a bit and I've come up with some ideas. So I thought we'd make a video and share them. How's that? So, without further ado, I'm going to crack on, and I might talk to you about where I've been while I'm doing it. I'm just going to start by cutting them out, I think. It's weird, I don't know. This is probably why I've not made a video for a while. Do you know when it gets so long that you've been away, and then you try and find a nice suitable way to come back, and it's really difficult because every time I think of something I'm like, no, I'll just finish this and then I'll make videos. But of course I've never just got one thing on the go. I've always got like 7,000 of them. So finding a spot is never easy. So I decided you can just join me in the middle, because that's kind of where I am at the moment. I've got 2 Halloween journals on the go, and I'd like to make some bits to go in them, so I can get them finished, do flip throughs, maybe show you as well, and get back into doing this, making videos, because it feels very alien and very weird at the moment, because I've been gone for 2 years, or almost 2 years, maybe more, about 2 years. Basically going through a lot of changes. Yeah, a lot of changes, and a few, I suppose, rough times, which again might talk about, might not. We'll see how we go. So anyway, we'll do a bit of prep. We'll get these ready. I'm going to cut these out. I've already got some cut out, and I'm not being careful about it because they're going in a journal that's quite scrappy and grungy looking, so it doesn't matter if they're exactly square. So I'm just going to hack away at these. Ooh, and then we'll start making something. So my journal's quite big, so I've kind of prepared some page edge tabs as bases that I'm going to work on. This is going to be one of those as well where, because I've not done this for so long, I'll find out that I'm not in shot or something. I can't actually see the screen of my camera because I'm sat down, but I think I'm doing alright. No doubt I'll find out afterwards. So just cut all these out roughly, and then I'll show you my page edge tabs that I'm going to use. Whee! There we go. So they're all, no, missed some. There you go. It's a bit alien doing this, considering I did it for a few years and made videos. Sat here doing this again. I'm trying to make conversation at the same time. It's a little bit strange, but hey, we'll practice, we'll see how it goes, we'll get back into it. I think, I hope, and no doubt you can let me know what you think, whether it's good to be back or not. We shall see. That could be an interesting one, couldn't it? We'll see what the comments have to say about that. There you go. Lots of. Get rid of those on the floor for now. And then I'm going to show you these. So I made a load of page head tabs. Hang on. There we go. Made a load of bases and put them the right way around. All apart from that one. And they're all just strips of 12 by 12s that I liked. And then I've stuck on a tab from a Vasson Creative tab punch, the big giant one. And what I did was, I marked where 5 tabs would sit on my page. And I've set them all because I want them all to intersperse with each other. I thought that was quite clever. Just a little tip. Anyway. So there's lots of bits of 12 by 12 with bits on, and we're going to go ahead and try and make some page head tabs. So let's move some of these out of the way, put them to the side for the moment. And we'll take a couple. No, we'll take a couple. Next one down. There we go. See, so they all kind of slightly overlap, and then all I'm going to do is rip them down because I don't want them to be so perfectly straight edged. Ooh. And this one's a bit thicker. This is proper. I think I actually. Oh no, my tab came off, and I have to stick that back on. Oh yeah, this is a piece of 12 by 12 paper that I wasn't particularly keen on, so I took a bit of wallpaper on top of it. Because I liked it, because it was grungy. Let's just stick that tab back on. Oh. Should we just pretend that we know what we're doing? Oh, it's going at the top, so we're alright. Give me a sec while we stick this back on, and then we'll go back to where we were. This goes right at the top. Like that. We'll see how long that lasts. And then I am surrounded by scrappy bits of pieces of various things. Right, these are 12 inches long, so they might just, this could be difficult. I'm trying to get it all in camera, but I will do my best. I'm going to put my pin back in there for a minute. And then let's look. So I want them to look quite grungy, and I want them to look a bit scrappy and a bit raggedy. So I've got some bits of raggedy paper. Different bits of raggedy paper. And all sorts of raggedy paper. What else do I have? I already stuck some people on brown paper, so some of them I've already done, and that's just one scrunched up brown paper and inked. And I've got these, and this was from a 12 by 12 pad, and they were all, that was one sheet of a 12 by 12 pad, they were all little examples of writing. So just cut them out or ripped them out with my decal edge ruler, inked them all, or had mail on the back. So these those. I've got mushrooms, and this came from a Tim Holtz, I can't think what they're called, backdrops. There's 10 by 6 papers. So there's those. Oh, excuse me reaching across. We'll try and go around, it might be better. Oh, yeah. Got a whole load of labels and bits. These are from Dasher Dave's Apothecary Kit. He always laughs at me because I can't say that word properly. So, don't ask me to say it fast, I can't. From that kit that we just mentioned, but also from his perfumery kit. And a lot of them are, they had fancy stoppers on, just cut the stoppers off because it's going in a Halloween type journal. And if I thought it was too fancy, I just cut the label off the bottom. So they're all from those two kits. I'm just going to make a mess now. I'm going to box myself in instantly. Whole load of sort of leaf die cuts in brown paper. That's those. Oh, excuse me, reaching again. These are fussy cuts. This is from a William Morris pattern called a Canthus. That is probably my favourite pattern in the whole world. So there's a whole load of those, and then a load of fussy cut leaves. Hang on. And these single ones. So there's those. What else have I got? Lots of stuff. Labels of various descriptions from various places. More labels, mainly about poison and things like that. Most of which are from, I want to say Nick the Booksmith, but don't quote me, because I'm not sure. And then lots of bits of scrappy bits, more scrappy bits, which all come from various bits and pieces of Dave's Digitals. There's a lot of these which nobody will ever see, because once upon a time, for those who've watched me for a while, I used to do all his test printing, because I had a printer and he didn't before he got one. And so some of these are test prints of stuff that is never going to appear anywhere because they didn't make the cut. And these bits are from, that look like ripped up ledge paper, from his paraphernalia kit. I had to remember, I did look it up. I had to look it up to find out which one. So I've got loads of scrappy bits and pieces to play with. So there we go. Let's start and have a go. See how we get on. Oop. And hopefully I get a step closer to finishing these journals and making some videos, rather than going, I'll wait till I finish this and then I'll start, or I'll wait till I finish this and then I'll start, because I've done that a lot. And yeah, I'm very good at that. But as I'm never going to be at a point where I've got no projects on the go, it seems like it's not really worth waiting until I'm at that sort of point. I just need to crack on and do it, don't I? So I'm just going to make them as raggedy as I can, because they're going in kind of a, I don't want to tell you everything about my book. It's named already. I'm not even going to tell you the name, actually. I'm going to save that. It's named after someone that appears in a TV series that I watched that I absolutely love. So eventually, where's my ink gone? Eventually, when I reveal it, someone might know what I'm talking about. You never know. So yeah, it's very weird. It's very weird getting back into doing this and thinking of things to chat about and telling you what I'm doing at the same time. And still, after all these years of doing it and not doing it, that voice in my head going, remember to talk, remember to talk, remember to talk. And that'll be Dave. So I might well have been gone for a long time. I'm just hoping my head doesn't appear in any of these. But I don't stop my crafting. I'm still doing a lot of crafting. So it might help actually. Hang on a second, because I can't see them. I can't see them. There you go. You didn't see that, but it helps if I put my glasses on, because then I can see which way they're writing. It's never a good thing when you can't actually see what it is you're doing properly. So, and all I'm doing is trying to build up some layers at the back of this. Let's do that so that overlaps. So that they'll go on the end of the page like that. The tab will stick out, but all the scrappy bits will stick out as well, so it'll look like a kind of witch's spell book, notebook, recipe book. That's the idea of it anyway. So, what else have I got? Let's have a look. Ooh, try this. This, which I think is perfect for this, I won't be able to rip it, is crepe paper, which I coffee dyed. Like I said, I haven't stopped crafting all the time I've been away, but I have done a lot of coffee dyeing. I have so much of the stuff. So let's just get a bit of this on there. I'm just going to scrunch it up a bit. It doesn't need to be flat. We'll get that on there. Take that bottom bit off. Ooh, and that one's thicker, we'll do that bit. So yeah, it's probably nearly 2 years since I've made a video. If not 2 years. Which is why it does feel a bit weird. Sat here in my little room on my own talking. And life is very different now than it used to be. Let's just say we've been through a lot, or I've been through a lot in the last couple of years. And thankfully, I've had crafting to keep me going. I've had my lovely friend Dave to keep me going, whom without I would probably have gone bonkers. And quite honest, might not have been here if not for him. So for that I am very thankful, and for him I am very thankful. But also for just having lots to do. Like I've crafted a lot. So my plan is stick a label on there. I'm trying not to think about this too much, because if you think about it too much, you'll be watching me make one and it'll take 7 hours. Because I'll second guess everything I'm doing. So I'm trying to just, I suppose the correct term is just throw them together without thinking. Everything I've got, I've kind of tried to be a bit organised, which is something I never used to do. It needs to go out a bit so it's not in line, which is something I never used to do. So I've got loads of stuff around me that is specifically for this. I don't know, I've lost my train of thought now. See, I told you it's hard. Oh, that'll do. I've sort of prepped a bit. I knew what I wanted to do, so I've got loads of stuff. So you might see me rummaging, but everything I've got around me is literally stuff that can be used on this project to try and make it a bit quicker and a bit easier. And I'm going to try and pop that under there. And just build up lots of layers so that when you see it hanging over the edge of the page. Mushrooms? Do you think mushrooms? I do think mushrooms. It looks like there are lots of things stuffed in and bits of paper stuffed in and hanging out, and like a raggedy that the lovely Nick, the Booksmith, used to make. Not the same, but similar sort of idea. So that's my plan. That's my plan of action. So, yeah, there you go. I hope everybody's well anyway, and that you're all getting to do lots of crafting. Like I said, with everything I've dealt with in the last couple of years, yeah, I can do that. It's been my one bit of everything's alright. Sit at your desk and make something, and it won't be as bad. That's what it's been. So it's kind of kept me going. So there's been a lot of times where I've spent on my own. I've moved house. I'm not working at the moment, so things are very different. I have a flat of my own now. For those that ever watched before, I used to live in a big shared house and I don't live there anymore. And now I've a little flat all of my own, which I love. It's all mine. There we go. And I'm slowly but surely getting to grips with getting it decorated and making it look like mine. So then that'll fold round that way. sit on the edge of a page. Ta-da! One page worth. So that's one without a little person on. Let's make one with a little person on. Let me just move that out of the way a minute. And let's use one that I've already. Yeah, I'll use this one. I need to take the bottom off it just a bit. On the long side. Am I gonna, what do you think? There, so it hangs out a bit. There, then that makes up. Do you know what? I'm gonna put it there, but I want something else to go underneath it to fill the gap. Maybe. What have I got? Let's have a look. Oh. Let's have a look at this. Maybe. Little ghosty lady. Let's have a look. Yeah, let's do that. So, there's glue down here, because that's going under. And then glue up here, because that's going over. Like I said, I'm trying not to think about this too much, or I suppose really putting a rhyme or reason to it, because I want it to be raggedy. And so, personally, look, that corner, not that corner. I personally think, if you overthink it, I think if you think, I know, I think if you think too much about it, then it becomes, nothing feels right, if that makes sense. You end up over-analysing it and trying to decide what goes where, and nothing ever looks like it should go there. And so, I'm trying to just pick things and go with it. No, it's too thick. Some of these bits are on cardboard, so they're a bit big, a bit thick if you're going to tuck them underneath something. But I think that might go under there nicely. I'm going to do that. So yeah, like I said, that's really different. And whilst I've been wanting to do videos for a while and get back into it, my brain's kind of always gone, we'll just finish this project and then we'll do it. And then we'll finish it. And then I'll find something else. I'm too easily distracted. And if I'm honest, I must have, I don't know, excuse me reaching, I'm going to just put them on the desk. I must have a good 700 projects on the go or something like that. Too many to count anyway. Like, I'm doing these 2 Halloween journals at the moment. One of them has been made for about a year, the actual journal, or the cover was made, and the pages were made, but they weren't sewn in. I sewed the pages in about a week ago, and now I'm decorating it, so it's taken a while. But just so you know how chopping changing my brain is, I was making Christmas covers today. I found a load of English paper pieces. I used to teach little old ladies in Mali how to do English paper piecing, and so I found a box of it, a box of hexagons from, God, probably, I can't remember how long it is since I worked there, 9 years, 8 years, something like that. So I found a box of stuff from 8 years ago that I'd cut out and stitched and not done anything with, and the material was all very retro looking. So today I made a Christmas cover, which I might give you a flash at the end of this video if you're lucky. There we go, stick that one on there. Hopefully my head's not it's going to be quite interesting watching this back, and no doubt I'm going to cringe at the fact that I have no idea what I'm doing or talking about, or it's just weird. Even after all this time, still in my head, Dave's voice going, remember to speak, remember to speak, remember to speak. Because when I first started doing this, I just go silent. I don't know what you could just watch me and then just go silent. They always said just remember to speak, and it was kind of ingrained in my brain. And it's amazing how starting this again, it's exactly the same. Remember to speak, remember to So we'll do that, we'll do that. And I might call that one done as well. I like them just to be fairly simple, and then that'll go around there. It's got a few bits sticking out. It's got a ghost. I loved those, but it just never became a kit. And I think it was just timing. By the time he'd finished designing it and I'd printed it and he'd done all test printing and stuff like that, Halloween had gone and it was a while ago. And then I know he lost a load of art with the crash of his machine. And so they were lost to antiquity. But I loved them. I gave them a name and everything. So, but these I also love. These are fabulous. They're there's a sheet of singles and then a sheet of that which is rotten to the core, and then a sheet of like couples, which is Till Death Do Us Part, which are just, they are perfect for Halloween. So there you go. There's number 2. Hey, rock and roll. And I know I keep putting my hand to it. I know. But I'm just getting to grips. Oh, hang on. There you go. I've got one I've always took a bit of paper on and ripped. So let's do this one. And we'll rip this one down. So this is the thing, I started these like everything. And in my brain I'm like, when I finish this project I'll make a video. When I finish it, but then it never happened. So kind of the decision is made that you're just going to have to join me halfway through projects. Because there's a lot. I mean, a lot. I'll do the same again because I love this. I don't know if I've got the actual book. This is from, I'll show you this. Ta-da, look at that. Look how grungy that is. This was it, and it's cookbook. But I just love the, look at that. I found it like that in a supermarket. Not that I bought in a supermarket, but our local supermarkets have like a charity table and people put books on. And if you take a book, then they have a charity box, so you donate some money to charity. And it was just sat there, and it was one of those that you know that most of the world will look at it and go, oh my God, look at the state of that, and want to put it in the bin. And I was like, I want it so bad. So I got it. And I decided it was mine. I made the decision that I was going to have it. I should just put my ink over. This is going to be one of those, isn't it? I'm not going to, already. I've got. It's always the same, isn't it? I started with a big empty desk with beautifully piled up bits in nice places. And now there's just stuff everywhere. So I'm going to do that. Let's do this. I've got this. I've got this. That's a bit long. What else? Got this. And again, these are all bits from. I'm not bothered about that one. I like that though. This is from. This is where. I'm on a design team, but there's a lot of digitals. And I've always played with these digitals because I love them so much. But don't ask me to remember what they're all called. I have to, sometimes I have to actually go and look them up. I think it says that word, apothecary. Yeah. He'll be laughing at this, he'll think that's hilarious, because he was laughing at me the other day when I tried to say it. I don't know why I can't say that word. It's hard. My English is usually quite good, but hey, never mind. It's just one. Let's take a leaf on. stick a label on if I can find one of some description. Maybe that one. Do you like that one? Yeah. And like I said, I'm just trying to build up layers and scrappy bits and layers and a few labels. Oh, I can see now I've got glasses on. I can see that that's the right way around. I hope that's straight. This is the other thing I've got to get used to again. I'm used to being right down here crafting, so that I can see what I'm doing. Whereas I'm on a camera and it's above me. I've got to try and look, inky fingers leaving an inky print. But normally I'd go mad at that, but in this instance it kind of works to my advantage. Boom. There we go. I'm going to use this one. Again, this is from ink. Let's put it where I'm not going to reach over all the time. This is from his kit, or from a kit that just never came out. But I loved it, and there was a house that went with it and everything. And I named it. Should we hang it out that way? Yeah. I named it The Ghosts of Northbank Manor, because I really loved it. Because they're all very ghost-like and ethereal, I suppose. But so, what's everybody been up to? Catch me up. What's the gossip? Where have you been? What you been doing? Who's been making stuff? Oh, inquiring minds and all that. And like I said, my life's very different now. Almost. It has been, some of it, sad and horrendous. Not anymore. I'm doing quite well at the moment. I'm happy. Getting the little place together, so it feels like a proper home. It feels like mine. And it's getting there. Slowly but surely, bit by bit. And then I'm going to put those. No. Don't want them under there. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. There we go. Does that need anything else? Answers on a postcard? I'm going to put another one of those. Maybe not a black one, but one of these. I'm actually going to put it on there. That way. I don't think it matters, but... And again, we're into that don't overthink it. This is why I envy anyone that can do grungy. Because I find it so difficult. Because for me, it's hard work. Because now I think, is it too messy? Is it, excuse me, reaching again? I'm just going to put some more labels over. Because then I think it just looks messy and it doesn't look good. I end up not liking it when I have a go at it. And I look at other people that do it and I just think, wow, that looks so easy and so amazing. And especially when you watch videos of how to do it, so it makes sense. And whereas I tend to be neater. I like square edges, and I'm only just getting into the idea of using a decal edge ruler because that's not a straight line. That's difficult for me. It's not a straight line. What's this? Oh, let's use that as well. This one I stamped. Over a book page. Now let's stick that one on as well. And I think we'll call that one done. I'm going to put that one on there. Look, not straight lines. See it? Don't think about it, don't think about it. Just do it. And there's another one. So when you stick it on, there'll be bits sticking out of it. It'll look a bit scrappy. That's the idea. I will do a flip through at some point and you'll see it in situ. I don't know how long I've been going. Let's have a look. Hang on. Oh, a while. I don't know if it's good, bad or indifferent. So I think yeah, might use that for something else. I don't know. I don't know. So I don't think it matters because they're all brilliant. They all look fabulous. They'll all go with anything you're doing. Do you want to scrap a bit? Oh, so yeah, this was just, like I said, just a scrappy cookbook. And I really liked it, so I thought, I need that in my life, I'm having it. It's probably, actually I didn't purchase it, I gave maybe £1 for it, something like that, in a charity box. Because that's been the other thing. With problems in life come shortages of money and things like that. So here's an interesting one for you. I haven't bought a craft supply in 2 years. Now, I'm not saying I'm short of craft supplies, because I was very good at having too much of everything, because I had to have everything when I could afford it. So I've not had to go without anything. Glue occasionally, but then my lovely friend Dave, Creative Dave, has always made sure I've got glue when I couldn't afford it, for which I love him, amongst other things. Do you have mushrooms as well? Let's. But yeah, I haven't bought a craft supply in 2 years. I haven't bought anything off Amazon in 2 years. And I bought something for the first time online today from a craft shop here in the UK that I happen to love, but I can't tell you what I bought or where I bought it from because it's a present for someone. So it's a secret for now. But yeah, so that was the first time in 2 years bought anything. And like I said, I am not short of craft supplies. See, I've just done that, just gluing off camera, just to remind you that I'm out of practice. Yeah, I haven't bought craft supplies in 2 years. I really haven't needed to. You know, they've got my craft supplies Christmas, keeps me in glue, got me a few bits Christmas, so I've not actually needed anything, I'm not short of anything. I've not had to go without anything in that respect. I have cupboards and cupboards of books, well you name it, I've got cupboards and cupboards of. I've also got, because I used to be a slave to Etsy and buying digitals whenever I could, and because I have a fabulous printer which I need to take to get fixed at the moment, which I'm trying to arrange. I used to print out digitals left, right and centre, so I've probably got a stack, 1.5 foot high, of digitals that have been printed out that just sit there, and I work my way through and play with and do stuff with. So lots of things will appear at some point, I'm sure, and I could realistically, I think, go another year without having to buy anything but glue and still not run out of anything. That's how much stuff I have, which is scarily ridiculous, but also fabulously good because it's meant that I've not had to worry. Because like I said, the one thing I haven't done is stop crafting. It's kind of kept me going on the dark bits, I suppose you would say. But like I said, It's not been brilliant for a lot of it. Some of it's been lovely. A very small number of people, have been completely fabulous and taking care of me. And here we are, out the other side. Doing it again. For you. Probably making a right mess of it. There you go. Slightly wider one, but there's another one. Should we do some more? You want to see more? I'm trying to think if I could explain to you how. I mean, I literally. Okay. Start at the beginning. I started with strips of 12 by 12 paper that I thought might be appropriate for my book. Cut them at different widths because then you'd be ripping the end off and throwing bits on the floor, which I've just done again. Another one of Dave's, but an unpublished one, unfortunately for you. Sorry. But that's why I cut them up, because then I can use them and get them in something, doing something, rather than just sitting there. Ooh, we like that one. I couldn't tell you where that's from. I don't know. It's that long since I bought digitals. No, can't think. If it comes to me, I'll let you know. I want to say Betty's Custom Design, maybe, but don't quote me on that, because again, I don't know. Yeah, there once was a time when I just used to go, oh, labels, we'll have those. It didn't matter what they were. And also, I think most of the world will recognise those, Tracy labels. I like Tracy label. And then we need a person, or persons. Ooh, I've already stuck a bit on this one. Should we use that one? Oh no, pattern photograph. Let's put her down. No, maybe across there. I like that. Maybe. Let's do that. So yeah, bit of 12 by 12 paper, cutting strips. Cut a load of tabs out of various things using my Vasson Creative Punch, and it's I know they call them whale tail tabs for stamping up, but it's not the shape of the, if I remember rightly, it's not the shape of the tab, it was the shape of the machine. It looks like a whale. So whether you'd still call it a whale tail tab or not, I don't know. But anyway, a whale tail tab, I like that as well. Again, that's off one of Dave's digitals, the one that I can't say. And I think I just cut it because I like the writing. Let's stick that on there. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so 12 by 12 paper, cut the tabs out. Marked where I wanted them on another bit of 12 by 12. Actually no, I'm going to do that so it goes right to the edge. So that when they go in the book, I've got 5 signatures in the book it's going in. So I've got 15 tabs that I want to make, so 3 go in each signature, but so that you can see them all basically, and then the scrappy bits will stick out as well. That's the idea behind it. That was my logic. So yeah, stuck the tabs on, and then this bit's, I don't know how to explain it. Like I said, this is just I've got a load of stuff that I thought I'd go with it, and now I'm sticking them on without trying not to think about it too much. Because if I think about it too much, I'll second guess everything that I make, and then it won't be good enough, and it won't look good enough, and it won't feel right. And whereas if I just stick it on, by the end of it I'll be like, oh, actually they came out quite well. So, and we'll see what you think. You'll have to let me know. And will take any criticism on board or hints or anything like that. Hopefully you can hear me. I've got a little microphone on. I did have it's been one of those weeks, you know, when you finally decide to do something. Well, no, you might not know. I had one of those weeks anyway. I finally decided it was time to make videos again. And one of the clinchers was I got a brand new router, an updated one, and a new contract with my company, Virgin in this country. And I have the fastest service possible and all the bells and whistles, so that making videos and uploading them and stuff like that shouldn't be a problem. So I thought, oh well, once that comes, we can crack on. Well, that came on the day that I was planning on making a video. You open the box. Well, you read the instructions, and it has 3 instructions. Open the box, plug it in, and it'll sort itself out. So I opened the box and plugged it in. Didn't work. It gives you an alternative if you have to do it manually. 5 instructions for that one, I think. Did that. That didn't work. I had to phone somebody at Virgin. They couldn't get it to work. And then, literally, maybe not that. I think that evening, because it says like when it's doing this, when it's supposed to be installing, it tells you, and I've had this twice recently. It tells you the light will be, I don't know, whatever colour it was. The light will flash amber, and when it's paired and ready to go, it'll flash green. So I switched it on and it flashed red continuously. And that was it. And I had, Fire Stick, that was the other thing. I got new remote for Fire Stick, because I've got a Fire Stick on my TV. And the remote broke, so I had to get a new one. And if you read the instructions to that, it says it's a similar thing. It says you turn on, if you put batteries in and turn it on, it should automatically find the Fire Stick, and it'll glow amber, and then you hold the button down for 10 seconds and the glowing amber will get faster, and then it's paired. So I put the batteries in, turned it on, and it glowed bright red, and it didn't get faster, and it didn't change. So that took it as well. Me and technology are not friends, not very often anyway. But yeah, anyway, literally kind of gave up on the router, left it all plugged in and thought I can't be bothered. Put a DVD on, or a Blu-ray, fell asleep to that, got up the next morning, there we go, there's another one, got up the next morning, and it had paired overnight, so it worked, and it works brilliantly. So now, I can make a faster video, but what should have been a 10-minute job took best part of 24 hours, and I still don't know why, and I still don't know what's going on with it, and why. I think it's just me. I think it's just like, we know who this is. Let's play with him. Let's mess with his head. Technology just does that. Let's do a couple more out and see what we've got. So yeah, it's like, I suppose it's that thing of when you've not done something for a long time, or a bit nervous about doing something that you've not done for a long time. You put your own obstacles in the way, because I could have just cracked on and done it anyway with the old router, but it became a reason not to, because I had to get that sorted out first. I like finishing projects. I always said when I finish this project then I'll make a video, but then finish that project and I'm already halfway through another one, because I never just do one at a time. And then it's like, oh well, I better finish this first, and just life, just life. Hey, I'm not mourning. It is what it is. Now, let's put this one on. I have a bit for that one, and I've got a bit of, I have got a bit of this. I'll put a bit of that under there. And I'll put a bit of that one under there. bit more of this, with more of his ledger. Let's do that way, that way, that way. So put that one up there, level with top. That way, that way, that way. And we'll put that one up there. So if we do those, let's stick those on first. Okay, so try and line this up with the top if I can. You probably can't see it actually outside. I've got tape lines on the mat, as in the olden days, so I stayed. Is that straight? I can't see. Oh yeah, looks alright. it's back to that old, just making sure you're in square. So I've got masking tape square on my board, making sure you can see it. But if you can see that it's straight, I probably can't, because it's above me. Hey ho, we'll get back into it. We'll get there, slowly but surely, hopefully. Let's just build this underneath. And although it's a recipe, I don't really need you to see that it's a recipe. I just like the scrappiness of it. So yeah, like I said, I have got loads. One of the things I'm going to do is just give you some idea of how busy I've been. Whilst unpacking and getting settled here and doing all the things that you do, and my craft stuff's been, because there's so much of it, lived in a big cupboard for a long time, in a very big cupboard, as well as in both wardrobes in the bedroom, because it's got built-in wardrobes, as well as on a desk in the bedroom, as well as on a desk in the living room, which is where I am at the moment. So there's a lot of it. I've already told you that though. Where was I going with this? See, lost my train of thought because I'm trying to think what I'm doing as well. What was I talking about? This is going to be one of those. I'll go back and watch it and go, ah. Do you know, I can't remember. See? That's a bit of nerves as well, that is, because this is quite, I don't know. I think it's the first time we've done it in a long time. I don't want it to be bad. I don't want it to look bad. I don't want to watch myself back, and I don't like watching myself back anyway. It's not something I often do, but I probably will just because they're the first ones. I don't want to look back and go, oh my good Christ, don't ever do that again. You know? Because that won't be good, would it? I know I keep leaning over, and I do apologise for that. Again, out of practice. We'll get there. We'll get there slowly. Right, I'm going to have to move that. Move that up. I keep forgetting as well that it's a 12 by 12 strip, so I have to keep moving up and down so you can see it. Ta-da! Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot to remember. But you know what? I used to love doing it. And I think once I get past the initial, this is hard bit, I'll enjoy doing it again. I've got this little line of bottles which I might, in fact, I'm going to rip it there. I'm going to put it on there. I'm going to put it under my mushroom. So, come up, little mushroom. Yeah, I do that. Gonna do that. And at some point, I might actually, in fact, I might do it towards the end of this video. Oh no, I can't. Can I? No, I can't. I was going to say I'm going to put eyelets, not in all of them, but in some of them, with my crocodile. But I'm not going to do it on this video anyway, because I want to stick it to the page first before I do that. So I won't do that. But you will see it at some point. I promise I'll show you at some point. So Let's lift that edge up a little bit so it can go that way maybe. Oh yeah, let's do that. And because I'm going to stick this down to a page, I'm not too worried about it being kind of super glued everywhere. I can always go back in and fill some of the bits and bobs, can't I? Let's have Mr. and Mrs. Joe T, who have had too much poisonous tea by the look of it, and bob that under there. So, what do you think? They're kind of, let's have a, what else have I got? Let's have a couple of those. No. There we go. And that's the other thing I had today. These are all die cuts that I've literally, it's quite late at night now. For anyone that remembers, I don't sleep very well. Sleep even worse these days, and not often. But again, that's where crafting comes in, because I spend a lot of time crafting. And so it's quite late now, and I have literally spent the whole day since I got up. I'm going to put that die cutting. Not just these. Lots of die cutting, because I have another project that I'm going to make a video for a different journal, which looks completely different, which is something completely different. Does it need more? Does it need another one over the top? No. Yeah, so I spent all day die cutting for something else, which you'll see, because it's going to be another video shortly. I don't know when exactly, but shortly. Yeah, in front of the telly, watching Time Team, because I love Time Team. And they, for anyone that doesn't know, Time Team, British programme about archaeology, history, fascinating. 30 years old this year, and although it's no longer on television, they have a YouTube channel and a Patreon channel, because they still do it. They carried on going. Some of the same people are in it. Some of them are no longer with us, unfortunately, and a whole new team. Some of the ones that were really young when it started are still in it, and they're now like the older generation. It's fascinating anyway. I love it, and I've been binge watching that because they have it on YouTube now, so they still have the same premise of going places, doing a dig in 3 days, finding out the history of something. They found some brilliant stuff. Because I like history, it's just one of those things. I literally sat in front of it all day, binge watching it, as well as die cutting. So I've got achy fingers from doing that on my big shop. But I've really enjoyed myself. It's been really good. So I've been watching, most of what I've watched today is about a place called Sutton Hoo, where they found did I stick that down? Oh yeah, sort of. Where they found a burial of, I think he was Saxon, person in a boat, in a long boat. But it was one of those things that kind of changed people's opinions about what they call the Dark Ages after the Romans left, because they always thought it was kind of quite a sad, and people didn't have much, and I guess a lot of people didn't. But the treasure that was found on this boat was stunning. It was almost like Tutankhamun's tomb. It was that sort of gold helmet. It was just beautiful. And the history of it is just fascinating. To be glued to that all day, because they went back, even though a lot of it's been dug and looked at, they went back and looked at something that had not been looked at before, and found new things. There's a very famous bucket called, see, now that I'm talking about it, I can't remember the names of it, the Bramwell or the Brackwell bucket, and the top part of the bucket's in a museum now and on display, or at the visitor centre there and on display. And Time Team found the bottom half of it and dug it up, so that's now in the process of being looked at, x-rayed, restored as much as possible so it can go live with the top half of the bucket. And just stuff like that fascinates me. And just weird things. There's weird things in history that you kind of think, I can't think of a, well, I can think of a good example actually. Strange things like, in this country we have something called Warburton's bread. And there's a place called Warburton, but it's a brand of bread, very famous brand of bread that everyone. And Warburton's named after a saint. So bread's named after a saint, which just kind of tickled me. So anyway, that's where my brain's been all day, die cutting and looking at that. Look at that, without even thinking about it. What do we think of those? So again, so I'll go on the end of the page. There's my tab, bit of scrappiness. Beautiful little dead people. Yeah. So let's cover more of them. Better see how we're doing for time out. We have probably yacked your ear off. Oh, we've done an hour. Okay. So, do you know what? I'm going to clear my space. I'm going to put a lid on that. Clear some space. And let's look at what we've done. So, I've got that one. And that one. And that one. And that one. Is that more than one? No. And that one. And that one. And that one. I'm quite pleased with those. See, I'm talking to you, took my mind off it. Meant I didn't have to think about it and I could just stick things on and be a bit random and hopefully they look a bit grungy. You'll have to tell me though. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in an hour. We're just over the hour mark now, so there you go. I hope that wasn't too torturously painful for people to listen to. It's nice to kind of be back and have you take my mind off stuff that's gone on and get back into this, and there'll be a lot more. Maybe, probably. No, there will be. There'll be more because I've got a whole list of things. I've got stuff piled up everywhere that needs filming. That's what I started telling you earlier. I've just remembered. So, although I've not been on YouTube, I have crafted, and I've got, and I'm going to start doing flip throughs for them, 237 journals just sat that are made and that are done, that no one's ever seen, that were never filmed, that have never been on camera. And maybe 30 of them have been done, or maybe 30 of them have been flipped through on camera, but the rest of them haven't. And then I've got 87 journals that are started and not finished. That's how busy I've been whilst I've not been making YouTube videos and having time on my hands and trying to deal with my mental health and look after myself and craft. So it's kept me going. It's kept me very busy. So there's lots coming up, hopefully. And on that point, I'm going to leave you. It's been, I don't know, it's been alright actually. It started a bit weirdly. It might have finished a bit weirdly, but it's finished. So hopefully, I'll see you all soon. Let me know below what you think. Dave's kits got into the car. Till Death Do Us Part are on his Ko-fi. Links are down here somewhere. I've also used paraphernalia. I'll say it slowly. Apothecary. I still can't say it. That one. And perfumery. And any more that I think I've got bits of, I will write in the description box below. And go have a look. Go have a look at his Etsy. Go have a look at his Ko-fi. Go have a look at his YouTube. Like I said, all his links are below. And I will talk to you all soon. It's been fun. Started slowly, but you took my mind off stuff. So feel like I'm relaxed into it now. So I'll see you all soon. Bye bye. And now I can't stop it.